saw there that someone can just come in and register as Donald Trump. Is that a thing of turning off public registration, or can I be a little bit more Lewis about it and like have like a block list of names that people can't have, or generate invite codes?
Yeah, so I mean, like it's just Laravel. So all of this stuff gets put into your application. So if I look here, like you guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
You can see PHP Storm right now. Okay, good. So you can see here, I've got all the different actions that I can override, and I can edit this code. Like Jetstream is really only meant for the very, very first bit when you create your application. Once you've created your application, this code is mine now. I own this code. Taylor is not expecting me to like want that to be upgraded. That wasn't a very good way of saying that.
Very rude of him.
Taylor is not expecting to like upgrade people's projects. Is a better way of saying those same words. So yeah, basically. So anything, any kind of like custom things you want. And the other thing is like it says in the Jetstream docs that like this is a specific way of implementing teams. And like the docs make the point where it's like, if this is not the way that you want to do teams, that's absolutely fine. Like teams is an optional feature when you're running the Jetstream install. So you can just choose not to install it and then roll your own, basically. But yes, the answer is yes, you would be able to like put those limitations on. So like create team, my guess would be that somewhere around here, like we can do a validator, right?
Yeah.
So we can create a custom validator that says like,
no Trump.
Name must not be Donald Trump or Donland Trump. So yeah, you have full ability to customize.
Cool. Cheers, Mike. So the other thing, and you've probably answered it just now, is that if I wanted to be able to share a team, like my whole team, like a LinkedIn network or something, I would just have to build that myself. But it's not impossible because people could join teams.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sorry.
Like on a social network, so you have people and they have these circles of contacts, right? I was just looking at teams and thinking, I wonder if like, so you can invite a single person to your team. Yeah. But what if you wanted to like say, I really want to work with Enovate and I need to invite everyone because Michael doesn't want to stay up until like 2 o'clock in the morning just dealing with me. So is there a way to, but I think the answer is you have to build it, but yeah.
So like from what I'm understanding here from both yourself and from what I understand of what like Jetstream's teams are meant to be, that's not quite what you're talking about there. But yeah, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to like either just roll your own on top of Jetstream or to just extend and change how teams currently work to work the way that you want them to work. That you could have it so that you don't invite members and instead members request to join, for example. Again, it's not something that comes out of the box in Jetstream, but because you own all of the code, you can just override anything or change anything that you need to do.
Pretty cool.
So, any other questions? Was there anything in the? I can't find the chat. There it is. Was there anything in chat that people put?
Which authenticator apps can you use?
Don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. It specifically says Google, I think.
Like usually you pick like the one you've got, and then it gives you the QR code.
Retrieve this token from your phone's Google Authenticator application. So it's saying Google Authenticator. I can try. I can try a different one. I have a couple installed. Should we try Authy?
Yeah, sure.
How do I add a new one?
I think Authy generally kind of says it can be used wherever Google Authenticator can be. So
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh,
yeah.
Let's see. It says loading. Yeah, let's save. Okay, that appears to have worked. So if I log out and log back in.
Yeah, and now you'll be logged out.
83933. There you go.
Just out of interest, what is your bank code?
Yes, 8379333. I'm noticing a trend.
I'm so sorry, Mike. This is where my humour's at today, is just being a dick.
Yeah, social security number.
That's no good. I'm not in America.
Any other questions?
So you said, Mike, that it's not going to work on an existing app. You can't sort of just drop this in.
Yeah.
Are there any bits that you went through that could be? Because I know you sort of did the mini presentation in a presentation. Is that at all applicable to being?
That is a very good question, and one I don't know the answer to. So certainly, like Sanctum, 100%. Yeah, you'd be able to integrate that into an existing one.
Right.
I don't know about Breeze. I have a feeling that Breeze is probably going to be a similar thing, and that it's designed for the creation of a project.
Right.
But I mean, ultimately, there's nothing stopping you from like spinning up a new project and just like copying and pasting over the stuff either from Breeze or from Jetstream. The idea is that like neither of these projects, at the very least, Jetstream isn't designed to be installed on an existing project. And I'm making the assumption that Breeze is also not designed for that either. But yeah, there would be nothing stopping you from like manually copying the code and just manually integrating it into your existing application. But it won't do it automatically for you.
Okay. Is Jetstream a paid thing, or is it just?
Nope, completely free.
Cool.
Yeah. So if I go Jetstream.Laravel, it's completely free. If anyone's familiar with the rest of the Laravel ecosystem, there's a product called Spark, and that is a paid app, and that included a lot of this stuff. So it came with all of your like UI stuff, profile management, teams management, and then as well as billing management. And Jetstream is basically what Spark was, updated to be kind of like more modern Laravel technologies, like a modern Laravel stack. But it just doesn't include the billing. Spark will be an addition to Jetstream that will be a paid thing that will just add billing into it in the future.
Well, that's interesting. So Spark's going to be this is going to be sort of integrated back into Spark, or Spark into this. Yeah.
They're changing how Spark works so that it's not going to be like a fully integrated payment thing anymore. And it's going to work more like it'll be like an on-site hosted payment section, billing section, if that makes sense. So the idea is that like it's not going to look like the rest of your app, which allows you to write and build your app however you like, and then Spark will be just the billing section, which will look different to the rest of the section. And it's like you'll click a button that says like go to billing, and it will take you, and this page is going to look different. And then there'll be a button in the top left that will be like go back to site, type of thing. Because I think that was a big issue with Spark, is that it was difficult to edit the look of Spark, because you then had to edit all of these built-in Spark pages, and all this built-in Spark functionality. So I think they're trying to get around that. But yeah, they've taken a part that I really liked about Spark and made it free. So yeah. I see Lewis is saying, does it come with tests? And the answer is, I don't know. So we will have a look. Apparently not.
It's probably tested like elsewhere. I just wondered if it would help because Laravel's got quite good testing support, but where it kind of just leaves people like to expect them to know how to test Laravel.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's not. It doesn't include tests. I can only assume that at some point they'll do some more stuff around tests, improve that functionality. I know that Taylor's working on some other stuff at the moment to do with like onboarding new users and stuff. So testing may come in as part of that, maybe. Any other questions? Oh, okay. So Floyd's asking, so can you pull in data on landing pages for logged in users? So that's not, it's not something that Jetstream does, but in equal parts is also not something that Jetstream prevents. So that's just going to be something that you would just add in manually, basically. And then you also said, so is there a library of reusable boilerplate startup templates you could spin up? I don't know. I'm assuming you're meaning like the actual theme of it, like what it looks like. I'm not certain myself. Okay, Jason said you mentioned Livewire. Is that a framework for PHP? Jason, I am very hurt that you don't remember the talk that I gave last time. So please see me after class. So Livewire, it's kind of a it's kind of like a framework. It's like a front end. Although I think I just saw it there. It's a full stack framework for Laravel. So it basically allows you to write dynamic interfaces without having to write JavaScript. So you write the whole thing in like Laravel and like Blade, basically. So any other questions?
I suppose just coming back to Floyd's question about the sort of reusable boilerplate and startup templates. I suppose, I mean, because it's Tailwind based, you could just go to like tailwindui.com, which has got loads of sort of Tailwind UI components on there. So I suppose that's not going to be it's not going to work from an app point of view. You're going to have to sort of, connect up the data into that, but it gives you a good, I think that's the nice thing about this. I suppose why they've looked at Spark and sort of reinvigorating that, because everyone's moved over to Tailwind or seems to be. And Spark was all Bootstrap based, wasn't it? So
yeah, I think a big reason for it that kind of Taylor said about is like Taylor, Jetstream is designed from the point of view of like if Taylor was starting a new project now, how would he build it? And he wouldn't use Bootstrap, he would use Tailwind, and he wouldn't use, say, like a Vue SPA. He would use Livewire or Inertia. So Tailwind is basically built around the idea of like, how would Taylor build a Laravel app if he was building a new one now? Basically, that's what Tailwind is. That's what Jetstream is. So, any other questions?
Another round of applause for Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Also, that wasn't a question.